Hey YouTube, today we're going to talk about steel frames versus alloy frames. And before we get started, I'm going to let you know that both these pistols that I have here that we're going to use as examples are not loaded. And neither one of them can shoot magic bullets through this camera and hurt anybody. So what we have here, we have a couple Sig Sauer pistols. And the reason I chose to do Sig Sauer pistols is because I think Sig has perfected this art. Now, when you get into what I really like, which are 1911s, some of these new age 1911s, they started using lightweight frames. They started using alloy frames. They call them the lightweights, like lightweight commanders, lightweight officer models, and all that. And what they're trying to do is get into the craze of lightweight carry guns. Well, folks, the problem with that is with the 1911 design. It was never designed to be a very lightweight gun. It was a solid steel gun, and the way it was designed, it has a feed ramp that comes off of the barrel, and part of the frame is used as the feed ramp also. So you have the main feed ramp. The first thing that the bullet hits when it chambers is the frame, and then it goes into the barrel, which has a slight extension of a feed ramp. Well, what the people's tried to do over the years is make these alloy frames on these guns, and the problem they ran into is the frame will wear out from friction, metal against metal. Alloy is a very soft, exactly what it says, alloy, and steel is steel. Steel is pretty hard. Steel is always going to be harder than the lead bullets or the copper bullets going into them, and that's not so true with the alloy. The alloy will wear out faster. So you can actually wear the whole frame of the gun out by loading bullets into it on a consistent basis. So what they've done is, over the years, they tried to figure out a way around it. And I've always talked a lot on this channel, folks, about gimmicks. It's all a gimmick, trying to make a lightweight, like 1911 or something like that. If something works for years and years and years, what usually people try and do is mess it up. I just don't understand it. They try and make it better and mess it up, and it's just never going to work. So one of the solutions that they came out with is they extend the feed ramps on the obviously steel barrel, which you can't make out of alloy, and drop it down into the frame. So the bullet is rubbing up against steel. What that does is cause feeding problems, and as everybody knows, 1911s are pretty finicky with feeding issues anyway if you deviate away from the original design. So I don't understand why people just don't leave stuff alone and accept things for what they are. That's what it was designed to be, is a full-size 5-inch steel frame single stack 45 ACP pistol, and it works perfectly when you do that. Well, we're going to move into these guns right here. Now, these guns were actually designed to be alloy frames, and I'm going to show you how I think Sig perfected this. So what we have here in front of us, we have an older P220. This is a made in Germany one, a two-tone one. This one has an alloy frame, and it has a carbon steel folded slide on it, they call it, and it is nickel plated. So this one's kind of cool because the whole two-tone thing going on, but this frame is alloy. And the second one we have here that we're going to use as an example, this is a 220 carry. This is an Elite, and this is in stainless. So short barrel, 3.9 inch barrel, Sig 220 Elite in stainless steel. So the frame is solid stainless as well as the slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to disassemble these and show you the differences. So we're going to use a conventional solid steel gun first. So I'm going to take this thing down real easy. Sig, to make it very easy on you, make sure there's nothing in it. Do your takedown lever on this and release this slide off of it. And we'll do the same thing to the other one, just so we're staying right on target here. We're going to take this one off and release this slide off of it. So we have them separated. So if you look inside a Sig Sauer frame, it's really neat how it works. It has this little block right here that acts right by the feed ramp. This feed ramp actually inserts down into this frame. It's a separate piece. As you can see, it's black, and the frame is stainless steel color. And I'm going to show you right here. See if we can get this to focus here. How this just inserts right down in there. It's an actual insert that goes in here. So we'll move it back so it'll focus a little bit. As you can see, it's an insert that goes down in there. Now, I do not know how it actually attaches to this frame, because I'm not a gunsmith and they're tore one of those down to that extent. But solid steel insert goes inside the frame no matter what it is. So when you look into this alloy frame, you have the same thing. It's an insert that goes into there, and let me back it up a little bit. As you can see, it's an insert right here that inserts down into this frame, and this is made of steel, as you can see. So your feed ramp on your weapon is actually made of steel, and it's never going to wear out. And if you had this made of this alloy, I mean, this thing feels like a toy. It's so light. It's so light, but it's made out of alloy, and this frame here is sufficiently heavier. I mean, it is a lot heavier, folks. They're both the same size, but this one's a lot heavier because it's made out of solid steel, and this one feels like a toy because it's made out of alloy. Now, what are the advantages of that? Well, the obvious reason is going to be lighter. So if you want to use this as a carry weapon, it's going to be a lot easier to carry this one than it will be this one, even though this is actually called the carry model because of its shorter barrel. This thing is a lot lighter, so I mean, it's a lot less weight to carry around. I mean, it's substantially lighter. But the way Sig Sauer has perfected it is their design was actually designed to have an alloy frame, and the 1911 was not, folks. It wasn't. I do not have an alloy 1911 here. I don't have any 1911 here to show you, but I just wanted to show you that Sig Sauer has perfected this because they have a steel insert that goes in here that where the feed ramp is. So the feed ramp's made out of steel, and it goes inside of a very light alloy frame, so it doesn't matter. This thing can take all the abuse in the world, and you're never going to wear this frame out. So when you look at a barrel on a Sig Sauer, I'm going to show you the barrel comes out the top here. If you look, the barrel feed ramp is right here. And the way that barrel fits in here is it rests right up here on top, and it matches up perfectly. So this is made out of steel, and it lines up with something that's made out of steel. And that's the way they do it, folks. Steel on steel will never wear out. I mean, within reason. I'm sure eventually you're going to wear something out. You can wear anything out over time, but steel on steel is usually not going to wear. And if you have something like, steel running against aluminum, of course you're going to wear it out eventually, folks. And that's why it never is a good idea to buy a lightweight alloy frame 1911 that was designed originally by John Moses Browning in 1911 to be a steel frame gun with a steel barrel, a 5-inch slide on it, and shooting 45 ACP. That's what he designed, and all the timing and everything works perfectly on them. And over all these years, people have figured out how to change this design and usually mess it up. If you wanted a very nice 45 ACP full-size frame gun, I would recommend getting one of these Sig Sauer P220s. They're the single stack 45 that's got an alloy frame. It was designed to have an alloy frame and will handle it all day long because of the design. The 1911 does not have a design that allows for an alloy frame to be very effective without compromising some of the reliability of the weapon. So I figured this would be a neat little video to show you why I think Sig Sauer has perfected the alloy frame thing, the alloy frame weapons. These have been around a long time. These have been around since the late 70s, I believe, these P220s. And so this started the whole line of the Sig Sauer pistols, the 226, and then 229 double stack 9mm, and the 227 double stack 45. All these modern Sig pistols all started from this original 220 design, and they all pretty much have alloy frames except for they did come out for a while with some stainless ones. I think they still make a couple stainless ones. They don't make this one anymore. They don't make the 220 carry anymore. And you may still be able to get the full-size stainless, but I'm not sure on that. But I like a solid stainless all steel gun. I think it balances better in your hand and everything like that. And I don't plan on carrying around the Sig 220 anyway, but this one is substantially heavier than the alloy frame, and you can get these alloy frame ones with the shorter barrel like this one, and that would probably be a decent carry gun because of the lot less weight on it. But anyway, folks, I just wanted to show you why I believe that Sig Sauer has mastered the alloy frame semi-automatic gun, and I don't believe that the 1911 was ever intended to be a alloy frame gun, and that's why it usually doesn't work out well. But anyway, folks, if you have any questions on one of these two guns, I have videos on each and every one of them, and I'll answer any questions on the subject matter of the alloy frame versus the steel frame to the best of my ability. Thank you very much for watching my video today, and you folks have a great day.